Hello YouTube, my name is OFDS and welcome back to Can They Be DLC? For a moment I forgot the name of the series. Yeah, this is episode 5, so we talk about Herdrick / Sword from Kingdom, one from Dragon Quest, one from Kingdom Hearts. One of them actually has been hinted, possibly hinted to be the next DLC character. And today we're going to be talking, like I said in the last episode, we're going to be talking about Scorpio / Sub-Zero, because it's either or. Honestly, I think one or the other could make it in, if not both. Echoes of each other, kinda. And yeah, let's get on with it. Let's get started with this one. I think this one is the one that I have the least amount to talk about, because I think it's very likely, actually. I've predicted before, it's an out of left field pick. I said that my prediction for the Nintendo Direct, which I think apparently rumored to happen next week, I kind of hope it's not next week. I was on the thing of like, it's announced for in March, or it happens in March, it happens like in April, and like we had the trailer for Mortal Kombat, you know, and in the little spotlight thing towards the end or in the middle, and then all of a sudden you just hear get over, the screen turns black, the trailer is over, you hear get over here, you see his hook. Is that a hook? No, it's not a hook. The grappling hook, let's call it Scorpio's grappling hook, pulls somebody, and you just see a flash of white, and it's him pulling Ryu, and it's Scorpion or Scorpio. Becomes a new playable character, and that will be funny. I think it's gonna happen. I think it's the highest likely Western third-party character. Now, the one thing that could keep him away would be the goriness and how violent the game is. But then again, Bayonetta went into the game, and Bayonetta is more gory than the vast majority of MK games. This is the thing people need to remember. Mortal Kombat, the original, was outrageous for the time. If you went back to it now, you'd be like, so this was controversial. It's the same thing with Night Trap. People back in the day were like, oh my god, they're showing women getting kidnapped. Yeah, and oh my god, one of them is wearing, what was it that she was wearing? A nightgown that was kind of see-through, I think that was it. Oh no, the humanity, would somebody think of the children? Please think of the children. And now, honestly, by the way, even back then, TV shows were showing more and movies, but let's not talk about that. But games are the worst. But like, you look at it now, and some of the fatalities are kind of funny, because of like, this was outrageous in the 90s. Jesus Christ, we've come far away. Like, we now, not only that, goriness will not be something to be applied to Smash, even to Smash, because first they could tone it down, and second, Scorpio has been in or Mortal Kombat itself has been in a rated E10, I believe, game when yeah, Mortal Kombat versus DC was a game that happened that was E10 plus, I think. I remember that game not having fatalities because, well, DC not wanting their characters to be killing each other or being killed in gruesome ways. And I believe Scorpio and Sub-Zero have been in the Injustice games. I know Sub-Zero at the very least has been. I think it was in Injustice 2, so there's nothing really there they couldn't be doing. The moveset could translate well. They translated already Ryu, so they could translate Scorpio pretty damn well, I would think. There's nothing really to stop. The one thing would be like what would this Final Smash be? But then again, we already have Final Smashes that are pretty brutal themselves when you think about it. Like Zelda sends you into the Shadow Realm, basically. But Bayonetta, not Mr. Bayonetta takes you to makes you be eaten by a literal demon. That's not even a joke. That's something in Smash Bros. The Bayonetta's Final Smash is literally a demon attack. The same. Palutena puts you in a black hole before shooting you with a gigantic laser, so I don't think it's inappropriate. They could make it like a combo moves, like Ryu or Ken, maybe even a cinematic Final Smash where he takes you to hell and then just shoots a bunch of fire at you and ends up with a big wall of fire, much like the second Final Smash for Ken. You know, Shin something Shoryuken. I forget the name of it. I'm not going to be saying it out loud because I'm bad at it. So yeah, my thing, that will be it basically for this part of the video. I don't have much to say about that. It's like, I think it's a possibility. I think it's the highest possibility of all the characters I've talked about, minus Herdrick. I would put it at like I don't remember how much I put it in Herdrick. Oh, but I think like right now I would say Herdrick is #1 most likely character to be DLC. But then again, we have 4 spots. Then would be Scorpio. Then way down here like Sora and Steve, and out of the map would be Goku. But yeah, that will be it for this part of the video. And now let's go over to the comments. And I'm just gonna say this out loud right now. I have read some of these comments already, and I'm gonna be a little. I don't want to come across as a jackass or an asshole in some of these, or that I'm putting down people. Well, one comment I might be putting down, but I also I just got out of work. I worked for 8 hours today, and it's a Saturday, and people are annoying. So if I do come off as an asshole, I apologize. There's only, I think, one comment I'm not gonna be too much of an apologize about being an asshole, because there's something I want to say at the end of that comment. And I'm just gonna say Obtuse Rob has a lot of comments, so I'm gonna most likely just on his not be a comment here like I normally have, will be just like an overall talking point about what he said, because he has a lot of them, and a lot of them revolve around basically the same topic. So let's first things first talk about the Terry Servison comment, which he leaves one every week. So hey, congratulations, but congratulations, it's his third video in a row he's featured. Let's go for 4 next week. But the only two Final Fantasy spirits are both Cloud. Dragon Quest is not as popular in the West as it is in Japan, and I don't think Nintendo would risk putting a Dragon Quest character in as a DLC fighter. And as for Sora, Nintendo would have to talk to Disney and Square in order to get Sora, but nothing Disney would be allowed to be used. So Sora's Keyblade would have to have the keychain removed. Although I do believe that there will be a second Square Enix rep, and I think Piranha Points inclusion, Piranha Points picture after completing classic mode, and a Geno being an online player token is pointing towards Geno becoming playable as a full character and not as a Mii costume. As for Scorpion, Mortal Kombat, there's no way Nintendo would allow somebody from a game that violent to be in Smash. Mortal Kombat is way more violent than Bayonetta series and Metal Gear series. Not only that, but from what I've heard, Mortal Kombat is not even allowed to be released in Japan. Anyone who wants Mortal Kombat games have to import them from other regions to get Mortal Kombat games. So I did not know this about the Japanese thing. I still haven't gotten a clear answer. I haven't been able to find any information one way or the other. But the violent thing, mostly comes from the newer games than it comes from the older games. And yeah, I still don't think like Bayonetta is not that much of that Mortal Kombat games are that much more gory than Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat is not a gory game, okay? Without the fatalities, Mortal Kombat is just your run-of-the-mill fighter game, a very good fighting game, a very good looking fighting game, don't get me wrong, and very competitive and very fun, but it's still, you remove the fatalities, it's on, and the X-rays, there's not even the X-rays are not that gory. There's nothing really gory about the game. Yeah, there's blood here and there, and yes, there are stabs and stuff like that, but like, if you want to go over it, like Smash Bros. Also could be a gory game. Like, we have literally Link waving a sword around and stabbing Mario using fire to burn people. Not even talking about other characters like the Pokemon all using their powers, except for Jigglypuff. He's the only one that doesn't use any type of energy blasts. And now Incineroar does use, I was gonna say Incineroar, but Incineroar does do it. Piranha Plant literally poisons people and throws a chain ball at them. And there's a lot of other things that Bayonetta sends you into the goddamn not Shadow Realm, to a demon's mouth. And gory, sure, but if we were talking about 90s Nintendo, sure. 2000s Nintendo, sure. But I also think this is one point I forgot to mention. For Scorpio being in Smash, I think it could represent this new era that we're living, where Nintendo is the company, out of the big three, Nintendo is the company that might be shifting more, but of the three companies right now seem to be shifting in 3 different directions. Microsoft seems to be shifting more and more towards being a third party. I know it sounds ridiculous to say that, but they are talking about bringing XBLA for other systems and mobile. I wouldn't be shocked if Game Pass was announced at E3 for Switch and mobile. They already are basically a third-party developer when it comes to PC, so why not? And Nintendo's shifting more towards being a company that keeps hold of its values, but at the same time is more westernized. What I mean by that is that they're not the only games they will like modify between releases or between Japan and the West are their own. They won't tell developers, hey, you're making a game in our system, we won't have that, and that. Unlike Sony, which is shifting more towards the 90s Nintendo. Well, Nintendo is shifting more towards the 90s Sony, which is a little bit of a funny thing there. 90s Sony and 90s Sega, while Sony is very much going back to the 80s and 90s with Nintendo being very Puritan. And I think this Mortal Kombat getting a rep in Smash would very, very much bring in this whole, we are doing this, and we are now the company that's very much more free and very much about the games being fun, and we don't care, especially for third parties, if they're rated M, if they're rated R, if they're rated A, if they're rated B, if they're rated C. We don't care, we just want the games, and it's gonna be fun, and everybody can play them. Except kids, you shouldn't be playing Mortal Kombat if you're 7, just saying. And if you're a parent that allows your kid to play Mortal Kombat when he's 7, you're a bad parent. Just saying. And, well, now going to Mr. Obtuse Rob. You had a lot of comments on this series. I think in this video I count like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 comments out of 12. No, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So out of 10 comments, 6 were from Mr. Obtuse Rob, so Obese Rob. So, oh, and with the whole thing of Gino being an online character, I might talk about Gino in another video, so let's not bring Gino into this discussion. That's going to be most likely its own video way down the road, but I also think it can be a thing. So, for Obese Rob, I'm going to just point out some of the things you said that I believe are either incorrect or a little bit naive in the way you think. So the first one, let's see. Disney saying that they would help add Sora to Smash in April. Here's the thing. Who gives a shit? Literally, let me ask you this genuine question. Who do you think right now, outside of maybe Sony, would be like, I don't want our characters in Smash Brothers? Outside of Sony, I can almost guarantee you, if you ask any video game developer, they'll tell you right off the bat, yeah, we would like to have our character in Smash, we would like to have any representation in Smash. Smash Brothers is the crossover. Unlike Marvel movies, which are a team-up series and the team-up movies and the team-up universe, Smash Brothers is a crossover. You have Nintendo, Sega, Konami, Capcom, Namco, Square, all of them combining. So yeah, you also say that they also own 100% of Sora, that so no talks with Square Enix is required. That is incorrect. The VP for Disney Japan, which I believe it's the person that you're quoting here, said that although they do have 100% copyright ownership of Sora, they still need to do things with Square Enix. It's not just them, Square is also involved. It's like Nintendo with Pokemon. Nintendo owns Pokemon, but a lot of it still goes on that is required with Game Freak. That's why Game Freak is still the Pokemon developer. That's why a lot of the things we see in Smash Bros. Revolving Pokemon are not quite up to standards with some other series, especially the costumes for Pokemon. That's why you won't see, when Mario Maker, we didn't see the Pokemon having their own unique theme until later on, and even then it was some Pokemon, not all of the Pokemon amiibo costumes. So yeah, it would still require that. Then some other things you said, the Nintendo easing it would be the partnership between Nintendo and Disney that goes back to the 1970s. Just one thing about that. That doesn't matter if partnerships and the friendship between Nintendo and Sony and Square or Disney and Sakurai being a fan of the games, would it help Sora being in Smash? Sora would have already been in Smash. Sora has a much bigger history with Nintendo than Cloud, and Cloud was chosen first. And I don't know if my camera, is it? Oh my god, it's getting a little bit blurry, but I think in a little bit it's gonna even out. It happened last time I was recording. I tried to record this video yesterday, couldn't. For whatever reason, my computer corrupted the file, and because I'm an idiot and I deleted the file from the memory card as soon as it's downloaded to the PC, I was like, F it, I'm not gonna go into the effort again. I already had spoken for 30 minutes, but still, that was the thing. The partnership, the friendship, not only would have helped the friendship before, wow, it's really getting bad. It would have helped the hit getting before, which it didn't. There's also the other thing, the other huge thing that you don't talk about is that Nintendo and Disney has such a such a great relationship and partnership that Disney's not making the Pokemon movies, the Mario movies, or has the Mario or the Nintendo theme park. Not only going back to the Disney owning 100% of Sora, so they could do whatever they want with Sora. If they did that, why haven't they done more with the Sora? They haven't done nothing with Sora. Sora has never made a cameo anywhere. They had Wrecking Ralph. That is all about video games. No Kingdom Hearts there, no Sora, not even the first. I don't think it was even in the second movie. Well, they had Sonic, a Sega character. I know Sora is more recognizable. Sonic is more recognizable than Sora, but Sora is also pretty damn recognizable character nowadays. The Keyblade, for better or worse, is an iconic video game weapon, and Disney did not put Sora in Disney Infinity, which you know would make a bunch of money just having that little toy around. Crash made a bunch of money just being it. One more thing that you talk about, I'm not going to go over all of the things you said. The September, the co-director of co-creator of the Kingdom Hearts series tweeting yes to people asking him for Sora in Smash. That means jack and shit. It means as much as my opinion on this kind of crap. The DLC was chosen in November, even if and I refuse to believe that somehow, some way, he knew before the director of Smash Brothers knew. And as you can see, like, yeah, I was right, it's evening out. Like, here it was blurry, and now it's just here, right up across my face. Because even the camera knows I'm an ugly bastard. And it's like, oh, let's cover his up. Zero being invited to play the game means, again, not at all, nothing matters really. They could be, you could say, well, they're trying to get people hyped about Smash, about the character getting to Smash, and they're preparing it. This was a Square Enix event. They don't give a rat's ass. Let's see, what else did you say that I wanted to... Oh, I'm not going to touch the whole Smash Direct thing. I was dumb enough to follow that in the August Direct. I'm not doing that again. I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. And I think the last thing I want to talk about that you said that I wanted to get to was the Cloud thing. Yeah, the Cloud, you said Sakurai was chosen. Sakurai chose Cloud with no promotion in mind, so the point that I made about this DLC will be more about promotion than anything is null. Well, did you, and the collections, I'm gonna get to the collections later on. First things first, that point is not null. You wanna know why it's not null? This is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and it's not Super Smash Bros. For the 3DS and for the Wii U. Super Smash Bros. 3DS and Wii U, the DLC was chosen by Masahiro Sakurai, the creator and director of these games. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate's character DLC was, at the bare minimum, a list given to Sakurai of characters handpicked by Nintendo. Did you see the difference there? Sakurai in 4 had the freedom to choose characters, then go to Nintendo and ask for their approval. This time around, Nintendo specifically told him, at the bare minimum, gave him a handful of characters and said, here you go, have at it. Also, the whole Famitsu thing that you posted, pointing out, Sakurai already does a Famitsu thing, so I doubt that has anything to do with it. And this, to me, the most naive point that you made this entire thing was that the Kingdom Hearts collections are PlayStation exclusive due to being easy ports. If there are easy ports, they would not have been PlayStation exclusive. The PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One share the exact same architecture. The OSs are different, but the build, everything that's inside of the boxes is literally the same. Both of them are x86 Porting between both systems is relatively easy, so if there were easy ports, they could have done it, and they could have ported to PC. Not only that, the team focusing, the team were they were busy with Kingdom Hearts 3 is also bullshit, because you have to, again, be incredibly naive to believe that, oh, they didn't port the games to Switch, or to Nintendo systems, or to the Xbox, or to PC, because they were focusing on Kingdom Hearts 3, despite the fact that they made for PS4, is incredibly naive because, let's look at Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild began development 2012, 2013. Between 2012 and 2013, Nintendo made and posted and produced The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD, The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask 3D, The Legend of Zelda A Link Between Worlds, Hyrule Warriors, Hyrule Warriors Legends, and finally, The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD. That's 6 games, count them, one of them is a port. I did 7, I'm dumb, but 6 games, 6. Sure, most of them are ports and remakes, but hey, so is Kingdom Hearts 3 Collection, and most of them were done by extra teams. A Link Between Worlds was done by the handheld team, Tantalus worked on Twilight Princess, Majora's Mask was done by Grezzo, Tecmo Koei worked on Hyrule Warriors and Hyrule Warriors Definitive Legends, so they could have ported it over to other systems, and the fact that it's still not on Switch and PS4 and Xbox is kind of dumb, and yeah. I think that's all about it that I wanted to talk about in your videos. I know that you mentioned all the Smash references. Well, the Smash Core, Master Core, I cannot say anything like, okay, the perfect Smash thing, perfect for Smash, means nothing. It's just somebody making a translation. The people making a translation for Persona 5 made a joke about Super Smash Brothers, and that was when Ultimate was still in development. So that means literally nothing. It could be just literally references for people that are fans of. We've seen this time and time again. Again, Persona is a great example. And the whole thing of like the moon turning into the sun, similar to the Smash trailer in 2018. Unless they literally wanted, there could be a reference to it, or pure coincidence. These things happen. Coincidences do happen. And finally, the comment I want to talk about, because this is the one that kind of will be an asshole towards, and because it comes from D. Austin. He posted this comment 11 hours ago from the time of this recording, and somebody responded to him actually incredibly soon before this video began. He said, and for whatever reason, almost every word is in all cap. In first word of, actually the first letter of almost every word is what's the word? Oh man, I know the word, but he used caps lock basically for the first letter. Capitalize. Which makes no sense when a lot of words don't have that, but whatever. He says, I sorry everyone else wants Sora in Smash more than Erdrick. More people would be mad if Erdrick is getting in, and what more, Disney is on board, unlike Goku wannabe. Sora is like Gino at this point. The reason why Gino is higher than Sora, because fans love this guy. Him for years. Same with Sora. Same thing with Sora. They love Sora so much, more than everyone else, or everyone. Adding Erdrick would be disrespectful, even if there were people who asked for it. Hardly anyone who is asking for him. It would be disappointing. If Sora, Gino, Banjo-Kazooie, Dante, or a motherfucking Magmar got in Smash, everybody will lose their motherfucking minds. End of story. And then RGB GSC says, that's so sad, but Erdrick is the real choice. Now go cry another part, cry baby. Well, the Austin is the type of person that makes me not want certain characters in Smash, because these people do not deserve a character. They don't deserve a game, period. First things first, Erdrick is disrespectful because nobody asked for him. Because people asked for Piranha Plant, despite the fact people have been asking for Waluigi, despite the fact that Waluigi most likely is a joke. People have been asking for Isaac. People have been asking for Gino. People have been asking for Banjo and Kazooie. The only people asking for Sora is not that much. I remember, unless there was a huge uptake in Kingdom Hearts fandom in the last year or two, Sora is not that popular a character for Smash. I remember this, all the pools everywhere that people were making, and I don't remember seeing Sora at least once. I remember seeing Bayonetta, I remember seeing K. Rool, I remember seeing Shovel Knight, I remember seeing Banjo, Isaac, Gino, Sora? I don't remember not even once. Saying that the disrespectful is annoying. Sora is not like Gino. It's not a fan favorite. It's a fan favorite to the people that play Final Fantasy, but that's about it. Final Fantasy Kingdom Hearts, but that's about it. A lot of people outside, I mean, Sora is iconic, I'm giving him that, but mostly it's the Keyblade, and it's mostly iconic for us gamers, people that know of the character, people that can recognize him. But a lot of people don't know who he is. Maybe they'll know him because of like, oh right, that guy that is in that Disney game. But saying it's disrespectful, first things first, why capitalize some words and not capitalize others? But that's beside it. People being mad? People were mad over Core and people were mad over Bayonetta, a character that was highly requested. People were mad over Cloud. People were mad over Snake. People will be mad no matter what. There were people mad over Joker. People were mad over Piranha Plant. People would be mad about Gino, people would be mad about Banjo, people would be mad about your precious Zora. But the fact of the matter is, this thing of like the disrespectful thing, it's the one that gets me really much, really hard. Sakurai and his team are always putting everything they have into these games. And then some random dude on the internet, this is disrespectful towards me and my community. Why, you might ask? Because it didn't include a character that I was requesting, but included a character I didn't request it. Also, this whole thing about popularity doesn't really matter. It's the same thing with Terry. I'm sorry to bring you into on this part when I'm kind of annoyed at this guy. But you said that the Dragon Quest is popular in Japan, not in the West. Why does the West matter? Outside of Ridley and Little Mac, every character in Smash is popular in Japan and requested by Japan. Corrin was out in Japan for a while before he even made it into the States, and even more before he made it into Europe, and yet he was in DLC for Smash Bros. 4. Lucas is a Japan exclusive character. Popularity is not something that really matters in some cases, especially when the DLC comes in this pretty little package of 5 characters, and if you buy them all in this bundle, one of them is technically free. Not only that, people will play and buy a character in Smash, especially in the Fighters pack, because like, it's a character I want. Or they might not even want the character and be like, it's a new character, I want to play with the new characters, I want to play. And they will. Especially if they update the game to have more things to do with the new characters. But yeah, that'll be about it before I bust a vein in my head. That'll be it for this video, so thank you guys so much for watching. I hope towards the end that wasn't too disrespectful, especially in the comment section below. I took, I think, a little bit longer than usual. But anyway, that'll be it for this video. Then starting next week, we're going to be doing a more... Up until now, in these first 5 episodes, it's only been third-party companies and third-party characters. So starting next week, we're going to be going over first-party characters. And here's the thing. Next week might not be a can they be DLC, might just be a discussion regarding the next playable character. Because rumors are out and about that we'll be getting a Nintendo Direct in the next week. I heard the 13th, which doesn't make much sense. 13th is a Wednesday. It's going to be on the 14th, which is Valentine's Day, and the day I start vacation. But if it is on the 13th, please Nintendo, can I beg you guys to please put it at like 11 p.m. my time? Now, I normally would want a Direct sooner, but like I have to work the afternoon, basically all afternoon, and I kind of want to see the Direct. So if the Direct was sooner and then I could go to work, or later, I come back from work, I have dinner, I wait a little bit, and then the Direct is out and I could get to see it. That would be really cool. Come on guys, we're buddies, right? We're buddies. Come on, I've given you so much money. I have such a big collection of amiibos. Come on guys, or at least the 14th is when I start off my vacation, so That'll be great. But anyway, if next week there's no character, there's the direct, but there's no character announced, with direct or without direct, the plan will be for us to start on a 5-week trip of first party characters. And we're going to begin, much like we've finished, like we've done these 2 weeks, with technically speaking a double feature. But next week will be about Pokemon at Generation 8 starter or Decidueye. And can they be? I'll leave you guys in hanging for next week. But anyway, I've been the Legend of the S. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. And I wanted the bye to go with me pressing the thing, but it didn't work, so bye again.